Ever wondered what really happens to your body when you're having sex? Spoiler alert, it's not just about pleasure. What if I told you your brain undergoes a chemical explosion, or that your body prepares itself for something that could leave you emotionally stunned? Stay tuned, because what you're about to learn might change the way you think about sex forever. Let's dive in. But first, ask yourself, is there more happening during sex than you think? All right, so let's start with the men. Picture this. You're in the heat of the moment, and suddenly, there's no turning back. This is what scientists call ejaculatory inevitability. Basically, the point of no return. Your heart races, your blood pressure spikes, and before you know it, your body's undergoing intense contractions. Your brain is firing off like fireworks, but here's the wild part. It's not just the physical release that's happening. Ever notice how some men just crash afterward? Is it rude, or is it biology? It's biology. As soon as men reach orgasm, the brain releases a cocktail of chemicals. Serotonin, oxytocin, norepinephrine. It's basically like getting hit with a wave of calm, almost like taking a sedative, and then, boom, sleep hits. Fun fact, this chemical reaction is so powerful, it's way stronger than what happens during masturbation. Talk about a full-body shutdown, right? That's the reason some men just roll over and start snoring like they've run a marathon. But hold up, before you think it's all over for men after the big finish, what's the deal with that post-sex bathroom dash? Ever been there, running off to the toilet and wondering, why can't I pee right away? It's not just you, it's your body being a little protective. The muscles that shut off during ejaculation literally stop you from peeing right after. Weird, right? If you've ever wondered why your testicles seem to shrink after sex, don't panic. They're not disappearing. Your cremaster muscle contracts and pulls them closer to your body. They'll be back to normal in no time. But here's something you might not know. That wave of post-orgasm calm doesn't hit everyone the same way. What if I told you that some men actually feel emotionally broken after sex? That's right, and it might surprise you why. Stick around, because we're just getting started. Let's talk about ladies and their side of the story. For women, the sexual experience is an emotional and physical roller coaster. While men hit the finish line with one final push, women are wired for something a little more rhythmic. Those rapid, rhythmic contractions can literally send shockwaves through your entire body, your uterus, pelvis, even your toes. It's no wonder some women describe it as an out-of-body experience. But here's the twist. Not every woman reaches orgasm during sex, and when they do, it's often a multi-layered experience. Studies show around half of women orgasm regularly during intercourse, while some rarely do. It's not always about the end goal for women, it's about feeling everything along the way. And then there's the emotional aftermath. Ever wonder why some women want to cuddle and chat after sex, while men are already halfway to dreamland? Women have their brains flooded with oxytocin, the cuddle chemical, which kicks off this deep desire to connect. And that's not all. Here's something you probably never noticed. After sex, a woman's breasts can swell up by as much as 25%. Imagine that. Your body's literally changing its shape after sex. And speaking of change, did you know that some women experience female ejaculation? That's right. Don't worry. It's completely normal, even if it surprises you. In fact, it can even happen mid-conversation. But before you think you've got it all figured out, there's something even more shocking coming up. What if I told you that sex could actually cause pain for women, even after the fun is over? And no, it's not what you're thinking. Let's dive into the darker side of what happens to your body when the passion fades. While sex can be euphoric, it can also have its downsides. Women might experience cramping or burning post-intercourse. Why? It all comes down to that same oxytocin we mentioned earlier. Yeah, the one that makes you feel all cuddly. In a strange twist, this feel-good hormone can also trigger uterine contractions, leading to cramps. And men aren't off the hook either. Sure, they get that quick post-sex nap, but some men report mood swings or even mild depression after orgasm. It's like coming down from an emotional high, like that feeling after a wild night out when the fun's over and reality hits. Here's where things get really interesting. Men and women's emotional responses to sex are wired differently. But here's a burning question. If sex is supposed to be all about pleasure, why does it sometimes feel like your body is betraying you afterward? Have you ever finished and thought, why am I sore? Why am I feeling weirdly emotional? That's not an accident. Your body is balancing intense emotions and physical exhaustion. But let me leave you with this. What if I told you that your post-sex experience could be a clue to your emotional health? What happens in those few moments after can reveal more than you think. So, the next time you find yourself wondering, what just happened to my body? Remember that sex isn't just a physical act, it's a full-body, brain-altering event. It's a chemical, emotional, and physical journey that leaves no part of you untouched. And whether it's the instant calm, the emotional high, or the mind-blowing connection, sex is as much a science as it is a pleasure. Did we miss anything? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating deep dives into the human experience.